This is Ranjan Goenka. In this video, I will be explaining the Annexure II of Form 24Q, which is required as an additional annexure in quarter 4 while you prepare your salary TDS returns. For the first 3 quarters and also substantially in the 4th quarter, the returns were filed with the salary and the TDS for each employee. The department in no way actually knows whether the right TDS was deducted, because every employee can have a different tax computation. So while preparing the return for the 4th quarter, the Annexure II actually justifies the TDS that has been deducted for each employee. And this is the purpose of asking the employer to provide the full information about tax computation of each employee in Annexure II while preparing the returns for the 4th quarter, because by that time the entire computation is in place for the employer to know what the tax of each employee is. Basically, now what is the information that actually goes into this? The salary earnings have to get in. The allowable deductions for allowances, which actually is allowances under Section 10. There are multiple, provisions under Section 10 for which allowances may be allowed to some sections of the employees. Apart from that, you have Section 16, which also gives you certain heads for deduction. The most popular here is the standard deduction. So once this is done, you are able to determine the income from salary. Now, the employee may also report other incomes. Maybe it could be income from other sources. And one of the most popular is, for suppose they have taken a home loan and there is an interest component that is being paid on the home loan. So this is like a negative income under the head house property. And this also is allowed as a deduction. So basically the income has to be reported, and this is a negative income which actually reduces the total taxable income. Once this is done, the total income is now determined, adding the other incomes. Thereafter, under Chapter 6, there are Chapter 6A. There are a lot of allowable deductions, which includes ATC, which covers LIC, school fees, and so many other things. And then you have the medical insurance. There is a host of deductions that are allowable under Chapter 6A. And you have sections like ATC, ATD, CCD. There are a lot of sections are there. So depending upon each employee, whatever is eligible for deduction for each employee, that needs to be put in place. And the sum total of all the deduction and the total income actually is put in together, and the net taxable income is determined. Based on the next taxable income, the tax is computed based as per the income tax roster. And once this is done, there are some provisions for some kind of rebates or some kind of further deductions are there. And once this is done, the final tax amount to be deducted is calculated, and whatever tax has been deducted during the course of the year should actually match this or should be greater than this. If it is less than that, it will call for some kind of a default. So once all these things are in place, your Annexure II is complete. One thing which I would like to add over here is, recently a new section was introduced, which is 115 BAC. It is also called the new regime for tax calculation. In this new regime, this is the option of the employee whether to opt for it or not to opt for it. If he is not opting for it, the standard calculation which I just explained actually works for him. But in case he opts for the new regime, in that particular case, he will not be allowed to claim many of the deductions which was earlier allowed. But the advantage of the new section is the taxation rate is lower. So it depends upon his tax computation under both the systems of calculation. The employee can take advantage of any one system which is beneficial for him. And this they have to inform to the employer, who accordingly needs to do the calculation based on the choice of the employee. So this is what we call Annexure II of the quarter 4 returns for salary TDS, and this is extremely important to ensure that tax compliance on this is taken care of. Thank you so much.